Coming up next, it came. One of the biggest snowstorms of the season covers the Northland, what's left in its wake, and what is still to come. Plus, a man is stabbed at the Holiday Center in Duluth. And community members gather to raise awareness for recent outbreaks of violence in Superior. The KBJR 6 and Range 11 News at 10 starts now.
Live from the Northlands News Center, this is the KBJR 6 and Range 11 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Elayne Crecelius. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's one of the first major snowfalls this winter, and it has left quite a mark on areas across the region. Snow totals varied around the areas, but several did pick up double digits. This video is from the area near Two Harbors, where around 10 inches was already on the ground by mid-afternoon. Grand Rapids reporting around that same amount, with more than an inch and a half falling in just 1 hour. Here in the Twin Ports, it took until late afternoon for the snow to really start coming down. Twin Ports having about 3 inches on the ground right now, and that number is expected to go up as the snow continues to fall throughout the night. Snow causing travel woes throughout the day, with several reports of cars in the ditch. An accident, this one happening at the intersection of Haynes and Arrowhead Road. According to authorities on scene, at least one person was taken to the hospital. 3 vehicles were involved. Authorities are unsure what exactly caused the accident, and it looks like the snow will fall well into the night and into tomorrow. Dave Anderson joins us now from the Weather Garden with a look at our Weather Now forecast. And Dave, what's still in store for the rest of tonight?
Really, the snow is starting to wrap up for much of the area, though still lingering for portions of the Arrowhead of Minnesota and starting to hit some chunks of northern Wisconsin, some parts of western Minnesota. Things have eased on up, and we're starting to see a clearer sky push in. But here at Canal Park in Duluth with our live sky cam, you can see the snow is falling. Here in the Twin Ports, we might manage another ½ inch to an inch or so through tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, though, a partly sunny sky returns. So here is the current satellite and radar map. Still seeing some snow along the North Shore, and as I mentioned, portions of northwestern Wisconsin. In just a little bit, we'll talk about our snow totals, and as expected, they were heaviest along the Iron Ranges and along the North Shore. The rest of us, well, we had lesser totals, and we'll take a look at those totals coming up, like I mentioned, in just a couple of minutes.
All right, well, thank you, Dave. A man is taken to the hospital today after being stabbed in downtown Duluth. It happened at the Holiday Center on Superior Street. According to several witnesses, a verbal altercation involving racial comments preceded the incident. A young man allegedly stabbed the victim 2 times in the lower body. The victim was taken to St. Luke's Hospital. Officers did say they have not apprehended the suspect, but are following several leads. Police say they are looking for a young Native American man, skinny build, with brown hair, and may have a cut on his hand. An officer-related shooting has prompted area preachers to reach out a hand to the city of Superior. Luke Daniel Anderson died of gunshot wounds after allegedly threatening a woman at gunpoint in a Superior Walgreens parking lot and then fleeing police in a high-speed chase. Zach Vavrica reports on how the family of Anderson is coping.
We are aware of the violent and senseless destruction of life in our city, and we gather to bear public witness to the sacredness of all life. We gather this afternoon as the daylight passes and the night approaches to pray for one who was tragically taken from this life.
The one, Luke Anderson, lost his life after an attempted carjacking turned into a high-speed chase and then a shootout with police.
We also pray for his family and all who grieve his death.
His family braves the white winter waning hours at this February vigil.
We are all God's children, known to God and called by name.
They stand in solidarity with the preachers of Superior who pray for Anderson's soul.
We gather to remember all who have been harmed by violence and to acknowledge the strength of those who survived and of those still struggling to heal.
Their prayers also go out to all those affected in Superior by violence and the police who risk everything every day.
Our police have stepped forward and are protecting our community, and it's at a cost to them. When something like this happens, you're not unaffected.
Everybody at this vigil was affected from the events of February 17th, when a mistake that Anderson made cost him his life. And the grief and the pain, according to Pastor Patrick, can be curbed with prayer and time.
As we pray, we're asking God to be a part of all of this going on, and through His divine intervention, make it less.
In Superior, Zach Vavrica with the Northlands News Center.
The Wisconsin Department of Justice has the initial reports on the shooting of Luke Daniel Anderson, but a full report won't be released for some time. 2 people were injured in a 2-car accident in Itasca County. According to the Minnesota State Patrol, it happened on Highway 2 near Range Line Road in Grand Rapids just after 10 o'clock last night. A vehicle driven by 41-year-old Devin Hattersbeck of Grand Rapids was traveling west when it crossed the center line. It hit a vehicle driven by 57-year-old Gregory Gustafson of Deer River, which was traveling in the oncoming traffic lane. Hattersbeck received non-life-threatening injuries. Gustafson sustained minor injuries from the accident. The man killed in a snowmobile accident over the weekend has been identified. According to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Department, 45-year-old Timothy James Schultz of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, died from injuries he received after the snowmobile he was driving hit a tree. Officials say Schultz sustained severe head injuries in the accident. First responders tried to revive Schultz at the scene, but were unsuccessful. The accident remains under investigation. The son of a Duluth pastor was honored today with a tribute family and friends say was fitting to the man he was. Ben Larson, whose parents are pastors in Duluth, was killed in the Haiti earthquake in 2010. Today, community members gathered to honor him through song, something friends and family say was always a part of Larson. The singers, a professional 44-voice chamber choir from Minneapolis, led the service at First Lutheran Church in Duluth today. One of the pieces sang by the choir was a new piece composed in memory of Larson.
Thought that this would be something that would be a wonderful dedication to him because it hit that small campus and this church in Duluth, very significantly.
Larson was in his senior year of seminary and was teaching theology to pastors in Haiti when the earthquake hit. Described by his friends as a big softy who led with his heart and cared for others, Forrest Johnson impacted the lives of many Duluthians for 37 years. Johnson lost a battle with brain cancer earlier this month. His loved ones needed some help with medical bills and daily expenses. Friends and family organized the Forrest Johnson Benefit Fund, where all proceeds go to help Johnson's family. A silent auction and spaghetti dinner were held in West Duluth today for the fund. His friends and family say Johnson lived for love, and he will never be forgotten.
Forrest never let love leave his heart. He never allowed fear to ruin him. And I guess the message would be, let love be your guide.
For more information on how you can help out the family of Forrest Johnson, you can log on to our website, northlandsnewscenter.com. Community members gathered in Superior today to help out those less fortunate in their midst. Food shelves continue to face hard times, which can include a shortage of donations. A concert at Zion Lutheran Church, sponsored by their Tuesday night mission group, looked to help local food shelves. Local musicians were featured, and the cost, just a non-perishable food item or cash donation.
A lot of people in this area that we really don't realize that don't have food. And so this is what this is all about, to raise food for our food shelves.
All of the donations collected will be distributed to food shelves and other outreach programs in the community. We're going to take a quick break here, but stay with us. When we come back, we'll head to the races, the Pinewood Derby races, that is, and one man is doing his part to make the place he lives a little greener. Every late winter into early spring, Cub Scouts around the country gather to race their home-built wooden cars in what's called the Pinewood Derby. The race generates a lot of excitement among the kids, but also slides in a few life lessons. Dave Anderson explains.
3, 2, 1.
The tradition of the Cub Scout Pinewood Derby goes back to the 50s when a California Cub master developed affordable model cars to replace full-size soapbox derby racing among his scouts. This Pinewood Derby is taking place in Duluth, and young Ryan Carlson knows his car is up against some tough competition.
Well, because we got a bunch of good racers over here, and I'm willing that we're all going to win.
A noble sentiment on Ryan's part, but some will win trophies tonight and others won't. He thinks he'll win, though, and his friend George Carney will be right behind.
His car's pretty good, too. My car weighs 5.995 ounces.
George hopes that girth propels his gravity-driven dragster into victory lane. Scout leaders hope the activity drives families closer together.
Well, it's a nice opportunity for them to work with their parents and make something that is a lot of fun to use, and I still have mine from when I was a kid.
The main goal of the race is to teach grace and poise in both victory and defeat.
Sportsmanship is the primary things you want to teach them because everybody can't come with a trophy.
When the graphite dust used to lube the car axles settled, Brian Carlson did indeed win.
I can't believe I actually did it. Well, that was sort of amazing. I got a trophy, got a ribbon. This is my car, the Aquila Dragster.
In Cub Scouting, Aquila the wolf is the symbol of wisdom. This night, there was no bad behavior from any of the kids lining the racetrack. The wisdom of good sportsmanship indeed was learned by the whole pack. In Duluth, Dave Anderson, the Northlands News Center.
One Northland man needs your help in transforming his dream into reality at the Lakeshore community. Clayton Osland moved into Lakeshore last April and noticed the potential for a project to help patients and residents get active and spruce up their home. His vision is a botanical garden constructed and maintained by the people living at Lakeshore. Osland says there is no shortage of support at Lakeshore for the project. Well, a snowy day today and another one could be on the way soon. Dave's in next with your extended Weather Now forecast. Many girls dream of being a princess, and today many got the chance to be just that. The 3rd annual Fairy Princess Ball was held at the Graceland Ballroom earlier today. Dancing, music, professional photographers, all on hand to pamper all who attended. All of the proceeds raised are being donated to the Eric Peter Person Children's Cancer Center in Duluth. Organizers of the event say it's an opportunity for girls of all ages to have a good time while helping out. And that'll do it for the news here at 10, but we'll be back again at 5 a.m. Until then, head to northlandsnewscenter.com. We'll see you back for tomorrow.